Professor Coomer here again. Next step. The next step on our argumentative essay trail is this. Now we have decided, we've really looked at the subject. We've brainstormed, we've clustered, we've done the free writing. Okay? If you've not done those things, go back and look at the previous video. We also understand who we're speaking to. We know that audience. What is valuable to that audience? What is going to move that audience to do or to think the way we want them to do or think. So now what we need to do is to crystallize our argument. And that is a thesis statement. A thesis statement is either a sentence or two that clearly states your position. Now, what does that mean? What is a basic, what can we expect when we're writing a thesis statement? The first thing we want to do is remember to be very clear, okay? So the first rule of thesis statement writing is be clear, okay? Be very clear. And so what does that mean? Clear writing. We want to make sure that this sentence is understandable to anyone. Now this is where grammar comes into play. This is where sentence structure comes into play. So we are grading you on that. That's part of the rubric in any essay writing class. But this is why it's important, okay? It's not important just so that we can say, oh, hey, I know how to do grammar. It's important because it affects clarity of sentences. So make sure that your sentence is not something that only you can understand. Make sure it's not a sentence that, well, if you say it right, it sounds right. Make sure that your thesis statement is a sentence that no matter who reads it, they understand what it means. And to do this effectively, rule number 2, we always clearly state our topic. Okay, what do I mean by the topic? Okay, the topic of our essay. Now, if we're going with this example that I've been doing for the past couple of videos, my argument is Vincennes University should build a water park. Okay, so the topic is the water park, or what Vincennes University should do. I'm not going to say they should build a water park because I want to be specific. I want to be very clear who should build a water park. And I'm not going to say, Vincennes University should build a park. I need to be very clear as to what kind of park, okay? So I really want to be clear as to all the little details of the argument. Because when I read your thesis statement, I should know from the thesis statement exactly what you're trying to argue. The rest of the essay is simply going to give me reasons why your thesis statement is correct. So, we have clear writing. We have a very clearly stated topic, okay? The other thing is, we must make this, because this is an argumentative essay, it must be an argumentative thesis statement. So we have to have an argument, okay? Now what does this mean? This means that you have to make sure of a few things. First of all, you must make sure that whatever it is you're going to argue is arguable. So for instance, I would not say Vincennes University does not have a water park. That's a statement of fact. That we wouldn't be arguing about that because it just is. I would not say, let's just suppose, I would not say it is 32 degrees outside when it's freezing, because that is a statement of fact. But in order to make this argumentative, I need some of my own opinion in it. So oftentimes you'll hear a person say, an instructor will say, that a thesis statement declares the topic of your essay and your attitude or opinion on the topic. So your thesis statement must be somewhat opinionated. And what that means is this. If I say VU, and in my essay I would say Vincennes University, but just for the sake of space here, if I say VU should build a water park, that's my opinion. I'm not saying they could build a water park. They could. They could build a water park. That's an option. That is something that could happen. No, I'm going one step further. I'm saying Vincennes University should do something. I'm saying this is what they should do, and I'm saying exactly what they should do. They should build a water park. Okay? Vincennes University should build a water park. It's a very basic thesis statement. So, in the argumentative essay that you're working on, think about who you're speaking to. Okay, in my case, I'd be speaking to Vincennes University as a university. So that's why I state that. Think about who you're speaking to. And then also think about what you want that group to do. So maybe you're going to say, maybe you might make an argument. There's been many arguments made about what they call a gap year. So you might say high school graduates should take 1 year off before going to college. Okay, that's a basic argument, right? You're saying that's what they should do. You're not saying they could do it. You're not saying that some people do it, right? You're not saying some people take a gap year. No, you're saying this is what they should do, okay? So anytime you make an argument, remember, it needs to be opinionated. This is what this person should do. Now, once you've done that, you can expand on that argument. Okay, so my argument, I'm just going to stick with the water park thing because I'm filming these in the summertime and it's hot and I kind of wish we had a water park right now. You might be taking this class when it's cold, so it may sound ridiculous, but it's kind of ridiculous anyway. Okay, so let's think about this. So we're going to say Vincennes should build a water park. Okay, that could be my thesis statement. That's a very simple thesis statement. It says what the argument is. That's fine. But perhaps I want to build a little bit more complex thesis statement. Maybe I want to give you a little bit more in the thesis statement so that you can keep on, so that you understand approximately why early on, and then I'm going to prove it. So you might say Vincennes University should build a water park because... Okay, and I can give you multiple reasons. Now, in high school and in many writing classes, we have these 3 reasons. Because this, and this. Don't give me that, okay? We're in college now. You might have some professors that are okay with that. I'm not, okay? We don't just give 3 reasons and we're done, okay? We're building a better skill set than that. But you can give reasons here if you want to. However, the more sophisticated thing, let's suppose VU should build a water park. Let's just suppose I'm looking at my brainstorming. And on my brainstorming, I say, okay, it would bring in a lot of money. It would build a greater community tie. Maybe it would tie the university in with the community a little bit better. It would make students happy. It would be, it would make Vincennes University maybe a popular tourist destination, okay? All those things I could mention separately. If I mention those separately though, I'm being a rookie, right? I'm just saying because this, and this. I'm doing that, but I'm also limiting myself. I'm limiting myself because I'm just saying these are the only reasons why this is true. And I don't want to say that it's down to just those reasons. So what do? Well, let's think about those things. Let's just think about those things for just a second. So, okay, so I've got a few ideas. So the money, right, community, okay, I'm just, briefly thinking about these. Let's see, the community, the money, tourists, let's see, students will like it. I could think of more, but just for our sake of time right now. So let's think about this. So I've got these reasons. What do all those things have in common? Money, community, tourists. Okay, so if I do that, it would be highly beneficial to the university, apparently. I've got a lot of benefits, right? So I may say Vincennes University should build a water park because it would, let's see here, it would be, highly beneficial to the university. I'm giving a little bit more than just they should do that, okay? Now, this is still pretty broad, right? I'm not locking myself into just these 4 reasons. I could talk about other reasons. I could even talk about maybe bad things that it might prevent. Maybe if they build a water park, students wouldn't decide to go to other colleges. Maybe if they built a water park, students that come here and then transfer, maybe they would stay here instead of transferring. It would benefit the college because it would help the college avoid problems. But I've not said anything here that I can't prove. I can give you lots of good reasons, and I know who my audience is. I'm saying Vincennes University should do this because it would be beneficial to the university. I'm not saying because it would be so fun. I know that my audience is Vincennes University as a whole, the actual university. It's not the students. It's not the parents. It's the university. What is in it for the university? Why would the university want it? Well, it'll be beneficial. Well, that's good. And then the rest of the essay, you're going to explain how would this benefit the university. And we're going to cover that in the next section when it comes to outlining. But you must really, before you really get to that part, really try to crystallize in your mind what your argument is, okay? It didn't take that long. It took maybe 10 minutes for us to really work this through. We've done the steps, okay? We've worked out all the brainstorming, clustering, free writing. We've worked out all the audience awareness, okay? We know who we're talking to. We know a lot about what we're thinking about. We know about what we're going to say, what we're going to talk about. Now, let's let it coalesce into an actual argument. Okay, get to it.